Hi. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a personal GitHub page. Let's head to GitHub, and if you don't have an account, just sign up and create an account. I already have an account, so I'm just going to sign in with my account. So signing into GitHub. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and create a new repository. Yeah. So I click the new button. So I'm going to create a repository, Sanjeev, that's my username, github.io. I already have a repository in my name, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create a Sanjeev test1 instead of Sanjeev. But what I would recommend is that for you that you create a repository with your own name here. Okay, I'm using -test because I already have one Sanjeev. That's it. So repository name, don't need to give a description or anything else like that. So what I'm going to do is just create an empty repository. Now once I do that, this is the URL of my repository. I'm going to just copy that, and now what I'm going to do is initialize a repository on my own hard drive. So here I have a folder called GitHub. I'm going to create a new folder, or a project rather, Sanjeev test1, mimicking the repository that created on GitHub. So I'm going to open this folder on in my chosen IDE. Please feel free to use whatever IDE that you like. I'm using IntelliJ here. You don't have to. You can use Visual Studio Code or anything that you prefer. So here is my IDE. Now I'm going to open up Terminal. So the first thing that I'm going to do is actually just to create quickly a git ignore file, so that it just ignores the IntelliJ IDEA folder, which I don't want to commit in my GitHub. So that's why I just added this in git ignore. So now I'm going to initialize Git for this project. So Git has been initialized, and added git ignore already. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the remote, git remote, with this repository URL that I have here. So I already copied it, and all I have to do is type git remote, add origin, and the name of the repository in GitHub. Yep, looks good. Enter. So now you can check by typing git remote -v. This should show you the remote repository configured for this project. Okay, so now let's set up our files. Let's set up a simple index.html file. I'm not going to use the IntelliJ for this. I'm going to do it manually. Okay, so here let's set up a skeleton HTML. Let's give it a title, my name, let's say Sanjeev's portfolio. You can of course use your name, and just a quick example, Sanjeev's portfolio. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an image here. So to do that, I'm going to actually create a folder here called images, where I'm going to store the image that I would like to have here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let's see if I have it. Okay, I'm going to go to my pictures folder. I'm going to go and grab this image. I'm going to copy it and paste it here. Okay, and yeah, have it. So now just add the image quickly. So it's under images, and the name is something like this. I'm going to give it an alt tag, so I'm just going to type in my name. I'm going to do a selfie. Yeah, that looks good. So now let's check this page on my open it in a browser and see how it looks. Okay. Oh yeah, it's huge. So let's quickly fix that just by adding a small CSS. this, just an inline CSS. Override the height actually to be 80 view height, 80% of my view height. View height means the height of this browser the height of this browser window. So let's refresh. Yeah, I think that looks fine. So now what we do is add all the stuff that we just added. Let's first do a git status to check what happened. So these are the files that have been that were created and I have not added to my gits. So let's first add them all. Again, let's check the status. Yeah, so far so good. So now let's do a commit. Let's say initial commit. Yeah, initial commit, and maybe add index image. Okay, so now what we do is just push to our upstream origin. Okay, I would have to actually set up. I didn't set up my username password here, so I'll need to do that. So I'm going to pause the video here, get my username password, and I'll check back again. Thank you for watching so far. So I filled in my username and password. You got to do this only once because I just set up this machine. I'm being asked to do that. So I'm going to type in my username and it's asking for my password. So I'm going to just paste it in. And we should be done. So now what I'm going to do is head over to my GitHub page and refresh. So yes, so my files have been added. So now to if I go here to this URL, you'll notice that nothing happens. So there's one more step left to make it happen. Go to settings and then go to pages, and here you just need to set it up, master, root, save, and that should do it. So now if I go here, I'll be able to visit my page. Oops. There. So that's it. So now here, because I put a Sanjeev-test1, that's why it's showing up in a subfolder. But if you just use your username, then your page would appear here, like so. Because that's a different repository I have. That's why you're seeing this like that. But since this is a test, that's why it's under a test folder. So thank you for watching. That's all. I hope you enjoyed, and that's it. Thanks.